Beautiful morning it is here. Central Indiana, it's mid-August. This cool morning air has me looking forward to the upcoming deer season, and that's hard to believe it's just a little over a month and a half away. Here in my home county, and specifically in this area around my home, we have small woodlots scattered everywhere, surrounded by vast expanses of corn and soybean fields. And deer can cover a huge area within their home range that frankly changes a whole lot during the seasons of the year. I usually get several mature bucks on camera during the summer months here, and I've done as much as I have been able to improve the habitat here to make this small farm as appealing as possible, and hoping to encourage them to want to stick around. This is a 3+ acre stand of big blue stem, Indian grass, and switchgrass that adds an additional layer of great security cover to the small woodlot, and deer love to bed in this tall grass cover. This particular stand of grass underwent a prescribed burn in early April. You can see that these grasses have responded extremely well to the fire. Some of these are over 6.5 to 7 feet tall now and will be pushing 8 feet by the end of the summer. So despite all of these improvements that we've done to this small farm, I've still had to come to terms with years ago that these deer are wild animals. They're going to come and go as they please. And there are many dynamics that are happening this time of year that influence their movement. First of all, as the summer winds down into September, testosterone levels are rising in these bucks, which they become increasingly more agitated with each other's presence. The antlers are hardening off, they're shedding their velvet. That bachelor group that you've seen all summer long suddenly starts to disperse and break up. They're seeking their own home fall range, and a lot of times they will disperse miles away from where they've summered all year. Some bucks will stay nearby, but oftentimes they may end up a long way from here. A classic example of this was we had a tremendous buck on this farm that was getting his picture taken right here all summer long last year. Every week he was reliable on the property. Around the last week of August, he totally disappeared, and I never saw him again. Of course, we had big anticipations that he might return during hunting season. But it wasn't until opening weekend of firearms season, during lunch break, I was scrolling through Facebook in my camp, and I came across a picture of a good friend of mine holding that buck up and grinning with him, and he had harvested that deer opening day of firearms season 4 miles east of here. My name is Tom James, and I have been a participating member of the Management Advantage for quite some time. But I'm also the National Sales Manager for Basecamp Country Real Estate. If you live the outdoor lifestyle, if the things that we've talked about here strike a chord with you, if you're infatuated with all things whitetail, land, habitat, timber, farm, and you've ever considered a career in the outdoor industry, I am actively seeking qualified candidates for the following states: The point of the story is that despite of how much we improve our property and roll out the red carpet to provide the best that we can for these animals, that they're still wild and they can come and go as they please. But in the end, that's what adds to the wonder and appeal that they provide us. The great unknown that leaves us hoping and praying for an encounter, even if it's just once. And if it doesn't happen, it leaves us with the desire for more and gives us the incentive and motivation to continue to work harder and to do more.